drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop! Woohoo!
Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
On the farm from dawn till dusk, hardworking hands tend to the land, equipment, and the animals. But your hard work deserves a little relaxation too. Visit the Nebraska Ag Expo, December 10th through the 12th at Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. See all the latest ag innovations in livestock and equipment, precision ag, drone, and AI tech, crop inputs, grain storage, and more. Take a break from the daily grind and recharge at the Nebraska Ag Expo. You deserve it. Sponsored in part by Farm Credit Services of America and Ag Direct.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
With a wide variety of menu options, including the best prime and Wagyu steaks in Lincoln, if you haven't been to Tavern 180, you're missing out. Try any of their steak options paired with one of their well-known martinis, and this will soon become your favorite date night spot. Call your friends for a casual get-together where steak, shrimp, chicken, and tasty cocktails await your arrival. Tavern 180, located next door to Tanner's at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit lovb.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, welcome to this beautiful Thursday. Thursday. And it was a cold Thursday morning. You know what, man? When a black man's hands are white, when you get out the truck, you know something's wrong, Nick. Because, man, a brother was cold this morning. I came in the house after just being outside, getting the garbage and things ready to go, and my hands were pale, bro. I'm not talking about the insides. I'm talking about the outsides was pale, brother.
I will have to take your word for it, AD. I will have to take your word for it. I've never experienced that.
So you don't turn black?
No, that's not how that works. Usually,
actually, it would.
The white get wider.
If you got frostbite, text let me know. I think your hands would start turning
like purple,
but you'd get some color to you, bro.
Okay, yeah.
You ever seen that movie Alive?
No.
Oh, text line.
You know how I feel about movies.
I know, dude. I told you I'd give you $100 if you would watch Star Wars 2 years ago.
Oh.
And you still haven't watched it yet, man.
Well, I've been busy. I have a lot of things to do, especially this week.
So you've been too busy to watch Star Wars for 2 years?
Has it been 2 years
yes,
already?
Bro. Because I met you when you were turning 21.
Here's the issue. I know the deal does not still stand.
Oh, no, that deal's been gone, brother.
Maybe the value of $100 has changed in my mind.
Oh, value $100 to me has been the same. I'm 50 years old. Whether I'm 5 or 50, $100 to me.
$100.
I'm watching trilogies, whatever you ask me to watch for $100. I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
I'm going to do it.
There it is,
folks. Welcome to this Thursday morning, The Drive. It is me and Nick holding it down. AG is traveling. Raff is in the air right now. If he's not, you'll know on Twitter because he's going to let you know.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's probably going to be some airline issues with Raff. I'm sure he's going to have some airline issues. He's going to get sat next to a random person because that's what happens on flights, and he's not going to be a big fan of it. There's probably a chance. I would imagine, just because this is how Raff is, Raff pays for the Wi-Fi on the flight.
He does.
So he can listen to this.
You know what? Here's one thing. No, I take that back. No, I'm not saying Raff does, because on the flights now, Nick, depending on what airline, if you're with T-Mobile, I know that on
humbug.
They give you free text messaging, and you can text in. Now, as far as listening on Wi-Fi, remember, I think I even texted you guys from the air one time going someplace.
Yeah, I think so. Sometimes it's a little shaky. Because then you got, like, for Apple, for iPhones, it's like send as a text message instead of an iMessage, and you never know if it gets delivered or if it's just sent or whatever the case may be. Technology nowadays. But yeah, no, it's been good.
It's changed a little bit.
So Raff, I think tomorrow has to go to Kearney. So is he even with us tomorrow? Because he's at Kearney this weekend.
I don't think that starts until Saturday, though.
Okay, because that was the whole reason he was coming back.
Yeah.
And make it be known. Let it be known. Raff was not coming back to do the show. He was coming back to go out to Kearney. And if it wasn't for Kearney, he would have never come back.
No. That brother would be sweet home Alabama.
100%.
He'd be Leonard Skinner down to that Joker, man. Few Texas Dave Renew. He goes, what's up, David? Proud of you, David, man. You taking care of business in the gym too, man. He is getting it done. Proud of you, brother. Shout out to Matt Dow and Chad Case, the whole team there at Nutrition Authority. Also, get my man Nick. I sent you guys. I sent Nick a picture from me and him. We're at Tubbs Pub in Sumner with Tony Beelan. Is that 2 years ago now or 3 years ago?
Oof. No, it wouldn't have been 3 because
could have been 3 because
I was over 21.
So 2 years ago.
It would have been 2 summers
ago.
Yeah, July of 2023.
That's when you and Tony became the mayors of Kearney.
That is true.
And I sent there a picture, just how they just come, pop up on Google Photos. Nick, it popped up on my iPad, and I was working on my laptop. I looked twice. I'm like, dude, Nick, you was kind of looking like Saint Nick.
Hey, I was a chunky monk. I mean, I almost completed that saying. I was chunky.
Dude, I seriously, I sent it to you right away.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I mean, your face.
Yeah, I'm still not small by any means, but in comparison to that picture,
it was insane, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre.
Crazy proud of you, man.
Thunder Not Collins was in the studio yesterday, or in the station yesterday, and he even said that in my sweatshirt, he's like, as much as this pains me to say it, Nick, you look thin in that sweatshirt. Sweatshirt looks.
Hey, Thunder gave out some love, man.
He's like, hey, as little or as much as I don't like to say this, that sweatshirt looks a little baggy on you,
Nick. You were getting it done. Dude.
I will say, I went to. I'm in my best friend, and I'll shout them out today, and I'll shout them out tomorrow.
It's coming up quick.
The Hogues are getting married this Saturday.
Oh, this Saturday
in 2 days.
Oh, wow.
In 2 days. So I will preface it by saying, if you see me out and about downtown on Saturday evening, just don't mention anything. Just don't look at it. Don't talk to me. But anyway, so he's the first one in our friend group to get married, and so we're excited for Mitch and McKenna. Eventually going to be the Hogues. If you're going to the wedding, let me know. But anyway, the wedding rehearsal is tomorrow night, and so I was out looking for just a new outfit because it's like, hey, you know what? Wedding rehearsal, why not? I grabbed what I would normally grab off the shelves, size wise,
just out of habit.
Way too baggy. Way too baggy.
Dang, bro.
And I was like, dang.
Nick.
And I was sad because they didn't have a smaller size. I was like, man, I'm more like a normal person now.
You know what, bro? Here's the deal. To anybody out there, I'm not an expert in this stuff, but don't look at the scale. Look at your clothes. The clothes tell the truth. You know, I'm not saying scales sometimes are all different. I'm not saying they're not accurate, but I'm simply saying the clothes always tell the truth, man. So I seen that picture, man. Crazy proud of you, man.
Yeah, especially the face, man.
Yes, the face. I was
barely see my eyes,
dude. Because
my cheeks are just they're just scrunching my eyes, Nick, so much.
I wanted to grab those suckers. They were so
chubby.
I
know. There were days he did.
Who's a little good?
Right.
Who's a good little
now, if he did that, you'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I ran into cheekbone.
That cheekbone was well covered.
I didn't even know I had cheekbones.
Oh, man. Oh, unknown texter 0901 says, yes, my daughter, White, had Raynaud's syndrome, and her feet are purple or black when cold. Yeah, it's the truth. And you know what? I'm hoping your daughter doesn't. Obviously, feet stay warm on that, but it's the truth. Money G in Kansas, with Money G says, nice lid, Nick. He likes that. Thomas and Lincoln. Yeah, brother. You know what? For me to even say I just stepped outside is an insult to the warriors like yourself and many others that are outside working. So yeah, man, my little thing outside wasn't nothing compared to you in and out the truck and running around. So brother, be careful today. Rubber Duck from LinkedIn. Nick, you don't have kids. You don't know what busy is. And there's some truth to that, Nick.
Don't have kids.
Take your time. You don't have kids.
Rico complains a lot. Rico, you know how you could have avoided this?
Hey, Jesse says,
I'm kidding. Kids are awesome.
Oh, yeah,
I'm 100% kidding.
As
kids
he's
are awesome.
giving his nieces and nephews jalapenos, tell them it's pickles.
I never gave
well
it to
done,
them.
Nick.
They just grabbed it. Teach them a lesson.
Jesse says, I'm too busy to watch Star Wars for the next 50 years. I get you, brother. I catch my movies usually when I'm in the air.
Well, see, I don't fly as much as they do.
Yeah, and thank God I'm not having to lately. I'll read some more texts before when we come back, though. Yeah, Crowbait, it's Little Swim now. He's becoming baby pool. He's not even Little Swim. He's becoming baby pool.
Yeah.
Hey, before we go to break, Nick, if you folks have been following the news, and I watch in the evenings. I don't watch that stuff all day. It's too depressing. But I always like to stay informed what's going on the best I can. But I watch the evening news. The snow they are getting in the Northeast is insane.
Yeah.
Nick, have you seen any of that, bro?
I haven't seen it, but
Jay Foreman used to live in Buffalo for years.
With a bowl trip around the corner, man.
Are you going to New York?
All signs are pointing.
It looks like
yes.
it's going to be the pinstripe.
All signs are pointing to yes. Wherever it's at.
Okay.
And unfortunately, the one bowl game I didn't want Nebraska to go to is that pinstripe bowl.
You know, Nick,
Nebraska,
New York. Okay.
You took care. You are going to the pinstripe bowl.
Okay. Here's the deal about New York. I literally thought about it for about literally a half a second. Half a second. Because New York and Christmas time be fun.
Hey, it's an open air. It's an open press box. There's no windows. I don't know what I'm going to do.
There's no.
I mean, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to dress, bundle up.
Oh, dude, you weren't like hunting gear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bibs.
Yeah, there's a people from the Northeast. This little morning we had here, yes, it's cold, but out there, they literally have like 60 to 65 inches of snow in parts of New York. Watertown. I've spoken Watertown about 15 years ago, about 12 years ago, give or take. And when I got in there, I was lucky to get in. Nick, they had 7 feet of snow. How do you get 7 feet of snow?
I don't know. Hizzlebear says, Nick, you need to start eating and get that fat back. I mean, don't tempt me with a good time now, Hizzlebear. Okay? I mean, if you, I will, never mind. We're gonna.
Old Dad 34 is AD. I wish we had that snow from the Northeast. Whoa, Old Dad 34. I love you, dog. But not okay. I'll take 3 or 4 inches, not 34 feet, man. Not 3 feet, not 4 feet. Oh man,
Get us something that will melt within the next 48 hours.
I'm down with that.
7 feet, you're stuck with it for at least a couple of weeks.
Oh, dude, that snow is not going anywhere out there forever.
No, because then the snow, when it gets, and it's always crazy around like apartment complexes and everything, because you got a limited amount of space,
right?
And you need if you're a cleaning crew or a shoveling crew, you got to figure out a way to put all the snow in an area to where it doesn't affect parking too much, and it's just impossible.
But you know what, Nick? When they bring those snow removals out, you know what was fun for us as kids? What'll be fun for these kids out in the Northeast? I lived on 1305 North 25th growing up, literally a block and a half away from the Salvation Army Community Center where they play small fry.
Okay.
Well, that substation now, police station, that was a grocery store called Safeway years ago.
Okay.
And some of the listeners who are old enough to remember
Safeway.
Well, all the snow from the local businesses, they would pile up in the parking lot. Part of the parking lot. We played there all day.
See, the problem nowadays is kids don't go outside.
Yeah, they don't. But there was no cell phones. We couldn't afford video games, and we would really wear jeans on top of jeans on top of jeans, and boots. My mom would get us some boots from the thrift store, but the warmer ones, because we couldn't afford the moon boots like everybody else had. But we'd get some from the thrift store. I'd rock them jokers like they were new. We would play, and we put bread bags, the old.
Okay,
the bread bags.
Yeah.
We'd put them. I'm telling you, old school, right? Some of folks listen to what I'm talking about.
Whoa.
We would put, so you know what the bread comes in?
I do.
The plastic?
Yes.
We put those over our socks and then slide our boots in with the plastic to keep your socks from getting wet.
Wow.
That's called
this is real inventive.
That's called ghetto moon boots.
Yeah,
dog.
well, it's okay though. It's okay. Unfortunately, I just bought Timberline. So and until you're saying all this stuff, I forgot that I had my Timberlines. They're sitting in the garage.
See, we had timber blinds.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
It sounds like that. Where if New York is in my future, we'll have to take the Timberlines, the Timberline boots on the plane.
Hey, Cigar Guy remembers that. Yes. Crowbait says yes. Wonder Bags. Yes.
Here's a question. Speaking of bread, did you ever go to the? And you mentioned the old grocery store. Did you ever go
the Wonder Bread store?
Yeah. Did you ever go to the day old store?
My mom would. It was called the Bent and Dent. You know where Da Vinci's is, right on that one right by the substation. It's like what 9th Street, by Washington Street.
Okay.
There was a place there.
Wait, is it 13th?
13th.
That's my route to work.
Yes, 13th.
You know that?
Yes, by 13th Street, you know where the Da Vinci's is?
I do.
Now, if you walked in the back, if you went out the back door of Da Vinci's,
okay,
there was a building there was called the Bent and Dent.
Wow.
And so was food that was bent and dented.
Wow.
Bread was kind of meat up and boxed.
Hey, man.
And my mom and dad, we'd go to the Bent and Dent. My dad got done cleaning at Pegler and Cisco Weavers. He would stop by the Bent and Dent sometimes, and he would grab some of the Bent and Dent food, man.
Hey, you guys want to know how I got chunky and why I still am chunky? It's because the place is like the day old bread store.
Oh, it's
gorgeous. I mean, they had the ho-hos and the zingers there.
Oh, yeah.
And they had the Swiss rolls.
Yeah.
That's where I was introduced to Swiss rolls for the first time. Old bread store.
Them Swiss rolls and Little Debbie's.
Everything was great.
And I'll say it before we go to break. Okay, folks. The Little Debbie's, Nick. Oatmeal cream pies.
Oh, OCPs.
I would buy a box.
OCPs, you know me.
I would say my OCP, you know me.
It's not OPP. It's OCP.
I would have old bottles, because back in the day, Nick, there was bottles, okay, like Coke, Pepsi, 7-Up, whatever. But if you took them to the grocery store, you get like a dime or a quarter or something like that.
Yeah.
And I would also collect cans. Me and my brother Daniel, we'd walk down the alleys and we'd get cans out of garbage cans or in the street. And
I know that process.
Look at Rico.
I know that process because I've seen the Seinfeld episode where they try to go to Michigan.
So we would we would collect trash bags full of cans, and my dad would take us to the aluminum recycling place, and we'd get cash. So I would buy Little Debbie's in the box for 99 cents, and then I would sell them. And there was like, I forgot like 12 or 15, 12 or so inside the box.
Yeah.
And I would sell them for 50 cents for cream pie.
Monopoly, man.
So instead of bean pies, my brother, assalamu alaikum, I would sell cream pie, my brother.
Once again, OCP. Yeah, you know me.
Hey, unknown texter. Yes, it was. See, all these, the Benton Dent was owned by Klein's IJ. The place was legendary. Yes, unknown texter 0973. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, Ron, yes, Little Debbie definitely raised a lot of us, man.
Yeah.
And Thomas and Lincoln, sometimes he said, I would double bag my feet just in case one got a hole in it. See, these are guys and girls that know what I'm talking about because...
Hey, 6964 goes, the double-decker OCP are 10 times better. I know the math doesn't work out, but still... Hey, I don't know. All I'm saying is we can have a conversation. Let us know on the text line. Little Debbie snack, what was your favorite? Because you got, I mean, there was the zingers, there was the ho-hos, the Swiss rolls,
Swiss cake rolls,
zebra cakes.
Zebra cakes were a little too sweet, man. Because it was just
I agree. It was so much frosted.
Yeah, it was so much frosting.
Too much frosted. Every single day at the lunch table is like, man, I feel like I should really enjoy these, but after about one. But I still eat the second one.
Nick,
that's the problem. That's the problem. It's not great, but I still ate it.
It tastes good. But Nick, they were so much cheaper than the Hostess cupcakes because those things were expensive.
Yeah.
You know, Twinkies,
the chocolate with the little drizzle on the top.
Man.
Everybody, 100%.
Nick, you know, but I haven't had one in a long time. But I'm like that dude in Die Hard, that movie, the black cop. You haven't seen Die Hard, have you?
I have, yeah.
Remember the black police officer?
I do.
Remember he went in the grocery store, the quick store, and got those Twinkies and explained all the ingredients in a Twinkie. Nick, eating a Twinkie is glorious.
I'm a big. I need to be. I enjoy. Well, yeah. I was gonna say something that might, Stricky might go pause. I enjoyed Twinkies. Yes, they're pretty enjoyable. We've been. How could we forget cosmic brownies? Right. I'm sure Jay ate a lot of cosmic brownies.
Come here real quick, dog. Come here, man. Hey, real quick. Yes, Mr. Winslow. Yes, the texts are coming in. Yes, Samuel Jackson was in Die Hard. We're talking about the first one though. The Star Crunches. Jay, we got the Hall of Famer here right now, man.
Speaking of, what allowed you to become an NFL player?
What?
Swiss rolls. hey, hop on him. Which mic you want, Jay?
Take this mic. What kind of setup is this? What kind of... Let me get this down so I can look at you to see what you're trying to do right now.
Did Chuck Foreman raise you on Swiss rolls and ho-hos?
I'm going to tell you this. Little Debbie's, and there was this chocolate one, Star Crunch.
Yeah.
And honey buns. That was it.
Honey buns.
Honey buns.
Great breakfast.
Now I'm going to tell you. Now I'm going to tell you the difference ones. You got to get them when they first get when I guess they get the orders that brought in, and that icing, or at least it used to be when that icing isn't hard yet.
Yeah.
Bro.
And you like
gooey.
And it's gooey. But here's the thing. When I was in, I grew up in Frederick, Maryland, and when in the summer, that's when you want it because it keeps them
nice and
moist. You like that, Nick?
Hey, listen.
Frosted Flakes.
The saddest day in my entire childhood was one random day when the honey buns started giving me stomach aches. And I've never had a honey bun.
You ate them on an empty stomach.
You can't eat them on empty stomach.
I probably ate too many of them.
Yeah.
I was talking like 3 or 4 in a sitting. I was eating 3 or 4.
Crewmate says, I'm getting fatter listening to that.
Hey, he said he ate 3 or 4 in a sitting.
Hey, did he wonder why his stomach hurt?
Yeah, but it never used to bother me.
Yeah.
Until one
when
day.
You're up the game?
It's like I'm going for 6.
It's a lot of a mentality, and maybe one day I just woke up and I didn't have the mentality to do it.
He's like, oh, man, the extra one won't hurt. Right? You 5'6" deep. You know, it come in a pack of 12.
I'm already over. I'm no quitter.
Once you jump in there, once you jump in the ocean, you might as well just stay in there and see if you can drown, huh?
Oh man. Hey, and people wonder why I was fat.
Hey, those Little Debbies though, man.
Especially on road trips, if you just stop at the gas station, they got them on the end of the aisles, and I'm like, man.
They're strategically a place that when you look down for you could be trying to get like a RX bar, trying to do the right thing. Yeah. There it is.
Dave said it's easier to eat 36 tacos.
Wouldn't know. I wouldn't have an idea.
Hey,
somebody goes, I'm 250 pounds right now, but I weighed 185 when I started listening to this segment.
We gotta go. Let me get out of here.
Jay, what's your favorite Little Debbie hostess snack?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell you this right now. I'm a sucker for the donut sticks. And I'm gonna say, hey,
not the powder, the chocolate.
Yeah.
No, the regular donuts. Here's what I used to do. Right, I knew I wanted to get two, so I'd have my daughter when they were younger. I had my daughters with them, so I'd be like, "Hey, I'm such a bad dad." So here's what I would do.
It's called strategic.
Right? I would get one pack. They come in pack of two for myself, and then I would buy two more, and they would be thinking that they were getting two. I would give them each one, so then I get four. Because I like even numbers. They got two, I got four.
Hey, that's called dad tax.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, hey, I'm not sure if who everybody's listening because we're getting questions about the 3-3-5 defense here too, and we've had no sports talk in this first segment.
That's all right. You'll be all right.
Hey, the thing that's funny about it, man, is all these are about movies and food.
Yeah.
Folks, when we come back, we're going to talk some sports. There's a lot to discuss. We have a receivers coach that's been confirmed. And does he bring somebody with him? Also, we got sound bites from yesterday. Interesting comments as well that brought and shed a lot of insight what was going on yesterday. And we got a recruiting class. And you know what, folks? Here's the reality. There's a lot of things that could have went wrong with this recruiting class with the missing pieces we have. The unsettled with the OC until a few days ago. Still no permanent DC has been named. No D-line coach as of right now with Knighton leaving and going to wherever, possibly Florida State. That's not technically official yet as far as that goes with Knighton. He's gone, but we kind of know. Yeah, we kind of know. Yeah. He's no longer here in Nebraska.
Hey, AD, you got mad at me yesterday.
Well,
AD, you got mad at me. I was just trying to be factual.
I couldn't get a chance to say. I said, as of yet, you're like, not technically yet. You're going like this. I was just like, can I finish this?
Hey, the best part was AD was like, hey, he's going, that one's not official. Well, it is official. That one is official. Not official. It was just alternated. I mean, you just had to flip them around. Just flip them around just a little bit. Hey, Big Daddy Travis, you are on Jay's Now You Know What list because Big Daddy Travis said, donut sticks are the worst Little Debbie. Christmas tree cakes are the best.
Okay, Big Daddy T. I'm going to say this, dog. The Christmas tree cakes are good, but man, if you eat half, at least if I eat half of those, my stomach would hurt because there was so much sugar in them. But neither here nor there. Folks, we're going to talk a lot of football when we come back because there's a lot to discuss and to catch up on. I want to get your input and opinions as well. Folks, it's The Drive. I don't know if it's called the bakery as far as this goes this morning. We'll be right back.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through December 8th, enjoy USDA Choice whole beef brisket for $3.99 per pound, USDA Choice T-bone steak for $8.88 per pound, premium stew beef for $5.99 per pound, and get their $50 holiday box now through Christmas. Always a great gift. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Husker Nation, it's time. This Sunday, the Nebraska women's basketball team tips off Big Ten play against Minnesota at Pinnacle Bank Arena. The energy will be electric, and they need you there to help cheer them to victory. Single game tickets and starting 5 mini plans are available now, so don't wait. Go to huskers.com/tickets and secure your seat. Go Big Red.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's Recovery Lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, invites you to attend our upcoming Parts and Service Expo events. It's the best time to buy parts and schedule inspections all year. Take advantage of specials through December 13th with additional savings the day of your local expo. Find savings on oil and filters, gifts for under the tree, and pre-ordered John Deere parts. Visit with our trained and certified technicians and sign up for our winter service specials. Visit landmarkimp.com for a complete schedule and experience the Landmark difference.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your winter forecast for today, we'll see increasing cloud cover throughout the day with light winds and an afternoon high around 26. Tonight, mostly clear with calm winds and a low near 19. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with light winds and an afternoon high near 46. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
With a wide variety of menu options, including the best prime and Wagyu steaks in Lincoln, if you haven't been to Tavern 180, you're missing out. Try any of their steak options paired with one of their well-known martinis, and this will soon become your favorite date night spot. Call your friends for a casual get-together where steak, shrimp, chicken, and tasty cocktails await your arrival. Tavern 180, located next door to Tanner's at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in December. Try one of their delicious breakfast sandwiches or grilled breakfast burritos. Don't forget to snag a gift card for stocking stuffers and bring your family in from out of town. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Greens at 402-467-4444 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-4444.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in December. Try one of their delicious breakfast sandwiches or grilled breakfast burritos. Don't forget to snag a gift card for stocking stuffers and bring your family in from out of town. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back on this beautiful Thursday. We're no longer talking food. Sometimes, you get some things in your tummy when you start talking about food.
It smells like citrus. I wanted to.
Hey, Nick, why would it smell like citrus in here?
Don't know. I wanted to bring this up to AD and actually just it was signing day, obviously here. Nebraska was able to salvage Jeremiah Jones. How about that little nice job by Rule and company there? However, this happened over about midnight last night or this morning. Georgia added a defensive back commitment to its 2025 class with the flip of 3-star Daniel Okonkwo.
Yes.
Now, he was previously committed to Northern Illinois. And I was thinking about this on my drive into work today as we have a short segment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much. I don't know anything about Daniel Okonkwo.
Mm-hmm.
However, from a big picture standpoint, I was thinking about this of Thomas Hammock and Northern Illinois. Thomas Hammock, former player at Northern Illinois. He's currently the head coach at NIU. And how tough it can be on group of 5 schools.
Yeah.
And how important evaluation is and film study. Because imagine being a school like Northern Illinois essentially getting a steal in this 3-star Daniel Okonkwo, and you're able to stave off some other Power 5 schools. Okonkwo doesn't have many offers. Northern Illinois was really his best offer. But then at the last moment, Georgia at the in-state school for Okonkwo offers him, and he flips. I was thinking about this the other day, this morning, where we get so fixated on stars, on 4, 5 stars. He's the number 1 player in the class. He's the number 6 player in the class. We get so fixated on that when in reality is if you have a staff that does their job, AD, it doesn't matter. Because a 3-star who's the 15th best player in the state of Texas would be far and away the best player in the state of Nebraska.
Right.
So you have to take into account geography. You have to take into account what level of football they're playing at right now in terms of high school football. And kudos to Georgia, number 1, for evaluating everybody, even seniors, right? Because they just started recruiting this guy in the last couple of weeks, couple of days potentially. So kudos to Georgia. And while it might not be the most enjoyable to realize, you know what, Georgia was able to come in and flash their big brand and their championships and win a recruiting battle. Number 1, it shows the job that Thomas Hammock and his staff did, because Thomas, the coach of NIU, quote tweeted it and said, "We pride ourselves on evaluating seniors as well. It's good, and we're glad to see big name programs truly evaluate. We trust our own eyes in the recruiting process." Meaning, just because Georgia offers doesn't mean Nebraska should offer.
Right.
So if you have the right guys in place,
bingo.
It doesn't matter about the stars.
Nick, what you just said right there in that quote by Northern Iowa's coach, he's been there, what, 20 years? Not quite. Just a couple of years. Northern Illinois. Okay, I'm thinking of Northern Iowa. I'm thinking Northern Iowa.
Illinois.
Northern Illinois, but those, think about this: the coaches in your lower conferences, they can't. I mean, you can't at your Power 5 either, but you really can't afford to mess up at the lower ones.
Yeah,
because there's so much fewer.
100%. Yeah. Well, and you're pick of the litter. Maybe it's a bigger pool because you have just anybody that's available, but to be competitive
and contend.
To be competitive, it takes. I mean, you got to sift through a lot more.
Nick, let me ask you this, man. You know, when Rule and staff came in 2 years ago, there were some evaluation processes that went on that you're like, there's one in particular that made me scratch my head. And I think we all know the elephant in the room on that one. Great kid.
Jeff Sims.
Actually held an athlete, just wasn't a quarterback.
Yeah, Jeff Sims.
That one right there, because he was so monumental and played such a pivotal role being the quarterback. You know,
Yes.
your eyes are on there. It almost blinded us to the good ones they did bring in. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so glaring. Yeah. But Rule and Company, hence why, Nick, I bring it this way. Hence why it's going to be crucial to get guys in as your DC and your lineman coach, etc., that can recognize and develop.
Well, the develop piece is part of it because
it's huge.
Because there was room for improvement for a guy like Jeff, to where the coaching staff, specifically in the quarterback's room, may have failed him, right?
Yep.
So I think it's important to look.
I don't think it's may have. It was failed.
And so, yeah, but I think also that on the other side of the coin, when Matt Rule got to campus, part of the pitch for Nebraska specifically was that they were going to find some diamonds in the rough.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to do the ground and the legwork to find the 3 stars that nobody really talks about or nobody's even recognizing. You might remember there was the one guy, Eric Fields, the linebacker from the state of Oklahoma, that was a very under-recruited guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska swooped in late, picked up his commitment. He ends up transferring after last season, though, but had just a large number of tackles at the prep level down in Oklahoma. And you look at some of the guys that Nebraska had production from this season, and a couple of them were under-recruited, if you will. But however, I think it's just always important to have the real reality check for fans of the program, for us as media guys that get so fixated on this is the number 1 player from this state, or this is a 4-star according to Rivals, but just on the fringe of being a 5-star according to 24/7 Sports, so we can go ahead and kind of chalk him up as a 4-star. There's a lot of really good talent across the board, and just because it's a 3-star out of the state of Texas, Riley Van Poppel is the perfect example.
Oh man,
Riley Van Poppel is a perfect example. Yeah. He was according to some sites and recruiting sites does, they update their rankings throughout the course of
and they
the
go
recruiting,
up and down sometimes.
the recruiting calendar and things like that, and automatically a 3-star because he goes to Georgia, he's going to get a bump to up to a 4-star, right? It's like you have some of that politics stuff,
biased,
being in play there, but like Riley Van Poppel, according to a lot of sites, was a 3-star, but do we view him as a 3-star prospect that's not ready to play on Saturdays? Absolutely not. I think Nebraska, that's one of the most important players that Nebraska keeps on that defensive line going forward is Riley Van Poppel. So it's just a friendly reminder: don't get fixated on stars, don't get fixated on recruiting rankings so much, because I was driving into work and I saw this where it was interesting where Thomas Hammock, the Northern Illinois head coach, comes out and says, it's good. It's good for us to know, number one, that we didn't fail on evaluation, we being Northern Illinois, because we were going to bring in somebody that Georgia wanted. And it's good also because Georgia is checking all the boxes and truly evaluating everybody in play. Now, Georgia and Nebraska are on different playing fields. That's not what I'm trying to infer or get at. But for the most part, man, a lot of schools and a lot of coaching staffs are sometimes lazy, and they'll say, we're not going to offer until a couple other schools offer. And you might remember under Scott Frost and that staff, Nebraska was always the first one. And it was like with Logan Smothers, that was the reason that Nebraska got Logan Smothers, was because they were the first to the table. Sometimes you just need to trust yourself. And I feel like sometimes coaches can be lazy and coaches at X school will wait to officially offer somebody an opportunity to play until school Y, Z, and W offer them a scholarship first. And so, hey, I just thought that was interesting. And that was pretty indicative of what recruiting can be like nowadays.
Nick, it's the recruiting. And I was thinking about this last night. I told you when I texted, I just put my Twitter notifications off for a while. You know, I'm just like, man, we want to obviously stay up as much as we can. But then as I was thinking about it, and I was talking with a buddy of mine, the landscape of college recruiting is forever changed. And it's like I said yesterday, I hate to say it this harsh, but you can't become too enamored with a player longer than a year. You hope it's longer than that.
Yeah.
But Nick, you look at I'm looking at our depth chart of defense. All of our defensive ends on one side are gone. Okay. All gone.
I mean, you have to operate with the mentality of, okay,
exactly.
what fresh start, clean slate next season.
You always have to be thinking 2 or 3 years ahead. Not that you didn't have to anyway. You always had to. But you really do now, in that when the NCAA passed that earlier this year, there's no penalty. You can transfer as many times you want, to where you really have to look at now here's the thing. You hope for the best, but you prepare for the worst.
Yep.
You hope for the best. You hope you can get this kid for at least 2 or 3. You hope to get 2, preferably 3, but you have to operate with the sense of mind that I'm only going to have this kid for a year. I mean, you have to do everything you can to say, I want to recruit you to stay, recruit you to stay, but you just don't know if it's going to happen. Talking to a few of my buddies in the coaching business, Ted Gilmore in particular, who we had on the show, you heard even, dadgummit, Matt Brown, a couple days ago, Nick, he goes, at the end of his presser conference, I know you've seen that too, end of his press goes, this is not what I got in the business for. And Matt Brown's been a long time.
Well, you're seeing that
Texas, North Carolina.
At all levels. You saw that with Mac Brown, but you also saw it with the Northern Iowa head coach, who is certainly not a fan of this. To kind of put a bow on this here, Washington State's head coach, Jake Dickert, he just kind of released a comment yesterday that he wants to move the college signing day to an NFL model. I should get this clip for us, but he said, he goes, recruits aren't signing before the postseason, to where in college recruits don't sign before the postseason. He said, quote, the NFL, they don't finish the regular season, have the draft before the playoffs, and then do unlimited free agency before the playoffs. Right. That's essentially what this is right now. So through and through, I mean, Washington State, they lose their offensive coordinator. They have the coaching carousel that, I mean, and once again, like we talked about with Tony White on Monday or Tuesday, I suppose. On Tuesday, I said it, right? Like, imagine Nebraska and Florida State's shoes. You want to get somebody in ASAP so that way you can have those conversations of this is what it's going to look like, so you can get guys to sign on Wednesday. So, it burns a university or a program. It didn't end up burning Nebraska in this case, but hypothetically speaking, it can burn a program in Nebraska's shoes because they lose a pretty good chunk or a pretty integral piece of their staff. But then from a Florida State perspective, you got to do it.
You don't have a choice.
You have to because as we're seeing with transfer portal entries, people will go, oh, why don't they wait till after the bowl game to enter? Well, guess what? They're starting 3 weeks behind.
They're 3 weeks behind.
What did Nebraska staff, Matt Rule, just say yesterday, and Dana Holgerson?
Which you're going to get into that too.
They said specifically, we're going to bring in 20, 30 guys next week for visits.
Next week.
What if you didn't enter the portal? I mean, there's already not going to be enough spots for everybody that enters the portal. So not only do you need to get in right away, but if you wait a whole month almost, man, you're really starting behind that 8 ball when multiple of the bigger name universities have already brought 50 guys in for visits.
Nick, think about this real quick before we go to break. And listeners, I want you to think about this too. You look at the NCAA, okay, who was putting out these rules and regulations in, on the calendar. I'm just going to say it, Nick, common sense is not very common anymore. You have guys that are opting out who are on playoff teams. We've seen it last year as well. They are on playoff teams and opting out because, to your point, they have to get in the portal early because of the schedule and the agenda. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand how they got together as a committee and said, hey, this would be a great idea.
Well, the problem is that the NCAA right now in college football, they operate still under an academic calendar. Eventually, they're going to have to operate, whether this is just college football on its own or college athletics in its entirety. You're going to have to transform and move towards an athletic calendar model.
Nick, and you know what, bro? I'm just going to say this. Let's be honest, bro. Let's just be dead honest. And I'm going to preface it this way. You have UCLA that'll go to Rutgers to play a football game and a volleyball game and a softball game. Does the NCAA really give a flying tail about academics?
No, they don't. They don't. And especially nowadays with the corporate money piece of it, right?
They don't care about it. They say that, But me and you both know, if this was truly about the student athlete, they would adjust it to where they make their money. It sure as hell ain't from student tuition.
So
as far as the athletic departments go.
So the Texas Casanova brings up a text. They said 3 weeks behind what? If they're going to Florida State, they're hanging up the pads. Wouldn't they be 4 weeks ahead because they're still getting practice and game by staying through the bowl? So we'll use a hypothetical scenario. Let's say I'm a mediocre player at Nebraska, right? I've got 50 snaps under my belt this season.
Not a lot of film.
Not a lot of film. I had 12 tackles, right, on the entire season, right? If I go into the portal now, I at least am able to make phone calls starting now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sure, there's ways around rules, and you can have players talk to other players, but for the most part, this is where the education piece for the athletes comes into play, and a lot of them maybe miss the boat on it as well. If you wait, let's say, okay, so that's option number one.
Mm-hmm.
Option two, to your point, Texas Casanova, is I could wait a month, and if I'm going to Florida State, sure, right? Okay, yeah, I get it. I follow the coach. However, for a lot of the players that aren't going to follow Tony White to Florida State, I wait 4 weeks. Yeah, I get the bowl practice, sure. But then I enter my name in the portal. I feel around, I ask around, and I talk to a coach, and he goes, well, what was your stat? They look at my stat line. They go, okay, 50 snaps played, 12 tackles. There's 100 other players just like me in the portal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of these guys don't understand. Is there's there's hundreds and hundreds. When you're talking about the numbers of transfer portal entries, just the span of this offseason, it's only growing every single year, is that unless you're the creme de la creme, unless you're the top of a top player, or in this case, Tony White says, hey, listen, you know what? I want to follow my head coach or my defensive line coach to where they're going. That doesn't happen everywhere, but if you're a top player, yeah, you can go in whenever, and players will save scholarship spots for you. But what is it? The 1% of the 1%ers? What about the other 99% that go into the portal that are just like everybody else?
Right.
And so that's where you bring up the advice, whether it's good or bad. The bad advice is that there's people and others in players' ears going, hey, man, you can get this in the portal, or hey, man, you should be getting this amount of snaps or this amount of reps. Well, so then they hop in the portal because they say with that expectation that they can go to LSU or they can go to Texas A&M and say, this is what I'm going to do. But ultimately, when Mike Elko or Brian Kelly or Mike Norvell at Florida State or Billy Napier at Florida goes and looks and says, well, there's hundreds of other players. Like that's where it's like you're not as valuable. And as much as this probably hurts to hear, you're not as valuable as you always think you are.
Absolutely. Jay said it yesterday on Old School, which was, he goes, they're going to get out there and realize it's not what they thought it was.
It's a much deeper pool than you realize.
You know what, Nick? You're spot on. It's cold out there, bro. It's going to be cold out there.
Yeah, 50 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to find out for some of these guys, it's negative 15 because, like you said on No Text, yes, once they Big Bird, the scholarship's gone. You're on your own when you do that. And some of these kids aren't going to have a home. It's, I look at it like this. It's like, and I've done this before, so I'm guilty. It's like if you wait, it's like shopping at December 24th at like noon. Good luck. The stores are cut shorter hours, and there's a lot less to choose from because it's been ravaged over. And the people that came early, they got the creme de la creme, as you mentioned. They got what they wanted.
Yeah.
But if you wait, the way it's set up right now, if these kids don't declare now, they're basically trying to shop on Christmas Eve at 1 o'clock, man.
And once again, it's a lot of bad advice. That's where
big time
the staffs have to be transparent. And Matt Rule kind of alluded to that yesterday.
Nick, I'm gonna say this on the bad advice though. They better be careful who they're listening to on the outside as well.
Oh, 100%.
Some of these guys are listening to the wrong people. They're talking to, hey, I've got those hype men. Hey, man, you better than that, dog. Yeah. Hey, dog, you can do this. Homeboy, man, you got to get more than this. Be careful.
Well, and
what are their motives?
And that's the thing. And just because you had opportunities out of high school doesn't mean you have opportunities after your freshman or sophomore year.
It's totally different.
Like because, man, I don't. All the scenarios that we could use would be like you can compare it to a Nebraska football player. That's not what I'm trying to get to. Yeah, so I have to be careful here because I'm not trying to cause any fires. But like
I was
ultimately,
laughing at
no,
Ron's
no,
text.
no, yeah, no. I mean, yeah, exactly right.
It's closing
yeah,
time.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Ron.
But no, I just think like once again, it's the expectation of what guys can get in the portal, and I think also the understanding of for a lot of them, just because you might have had success at Nebraska doesn't mean that Georgia views you as a successful piece. Like, what's the standard? What's the difference in expectation? Can you handle the Georgia locker room? Can you handle the LSU locker room? And some guys just aren't cut out for that. And that's okay. There's spots. But man, the regret piece of I entered the portal. Nebraska has to now operate on that you're not going to be here.
You're not going to be here. And you know what, Nick? Keep going on.
So then it's going to be on worst case scenario. Let's say I enter the portal, man, my prospects are just not what I thought they were. I turn around and say, hey, Coach Rule, listen, I want to come back.
I made a mistake.
Coach Rule can feel bad for you and honestly probably want you back.
But it's too late.
But they had to operate that you were not going to be here.
Absolutely.
They filled your spot, especially now with the 105.
Mm-hmm.
And they got to say, hey, listen, unfortunately, this is where we have to part ways. And so once again, it's that advice. But to our initial point, that's why you go in now, is because you're going to have the best opportunity right now rather than waiting 4 weeks.
Nick, there's also promises they have to be careful at certain schools. You look at the Tulsa coach that was just fired because he made promises. Yeah. Apparently, the athletic director was like, "What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about." He was fired. They were, there were certain schools at times that are promising certain money.
Yeah.
I want to play this real fast. Let's put it. I'll tell you what. Let me email. I'm gonna text it to you.
Text
but
to
this
Rico.
This is 5-star Solomon Thomas, signed with LSU. Okay, so I'm gonna say, he says this little thing. Obviously, there was something that was promised at another school, which we'll bring up.
Yeah.
Didn't get it. But I'm just going to ask our texters, would you want this kid? We're going to get into sound bites and things like that, but it's just chaos right now, to say the least, y'all. It's chaos right now. It's just sad in a lot of ways, too. So when we come back, we're going to get some Matt Rule sound bites as well from yesterday's press. I think he talked about Danny, talked about Knight, and he talked about Coach White, of course, leaving. So we want to get into that. That's going to be meat and bones because we got tomorrow to get in this well because there's going to be more chaos today. As we know as well. Folks, it's Thursday. Thanks for riding with us. We'll be right back with a lot more to discuss on recruiting, portal, and all that good stuff.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in December. Try one of their delicious breakfast sandwiches or grilled breakfast burritos. Don't forget to snag a gift card for stocking stuffers and bring your family in from out of town. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Greens at 402-467-4444 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-4444.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com. League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see increasing cloud cover throughout the day with light winds and an afternoon high around 26. Tonight, mostly clear with calm winds and a low near 19. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies returning with light winds and an afternoon high near 46. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Husker Nation, it's time. This Sunday, the Nebraska women's basketball team tips off Big Ten play against Minnesota at Pinnacle Bank Arena. The energy will be electric, and they need you there to help cheer them to victory. Single game tickets and starting 5 mini plans are available now, so don't wait. Go to huskers.com/tickets and secure your seat. Go Big Red.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service, but it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your county veteran service officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free, so visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, back. All right, back. All right, folks, we are back on this Thursday. Nick, we want to hop in those clips, man.
Yeah, we can get to some of them here. Let's talk Matt Rule.
Absolutely.
There's plenty
Yes.
to talk about here. Let's start with let's see. Okay, let's just do opening statement because there's a lot here. It's a very, very long opening statement. Let's dive right into it here.
All right, obviously, I haven't seen you guys since the last game, so I know there's lots of things to talk about it. First, just like to thank all the 20 young men that decided to sign with us today. Thank their families, thank their high school coaches, thank all the people that have mentored them and believe in us and want them to come here. I know you guys probably have 19 really fired up on the way down here. Jeremiah Jones signed with us, so fought off some last minute recruiting, but that's what happens when you're recruiting the best players in the country, and Jeremiah is one of them. So we're fired up that he joined us. But to all the recruits, to all their families, again, thank you. We don't take that responsibility lightly. It's been for some of these guys. You get in, you take the job that first year. It's kind of like triage, like you're figuring out who to recruit. The second year, you're really getting to know people. This is our first class with 2 years, and really getting to know a lot of these guys. I can't thank the coaches enough, our recruiting staff, athletic staff, all the people in the community, people on campus, all the player hosts. I mean, it's a lot of visits, it's a lot of subtle and big thank yous. So very, very grateful for them, for all the work that they've done. Before I move forward, I just want to say one thing about the Iowa game. And, obviously our players didn't shake hands before the game, captains. I didn't know that even after the game. I found out about it, afterwards. And that's not what we want to do. That's not the way to handle it. I do want to say, we showed up at the game, and really for 12 years now, we show up to an away game. We always kind of go to the 50-yard line. Some guys, will say a prayer for safety. Some guys will just break it down. We've never really had any problems. We had a problem last year at Colorado for a few minutes. We had a problem this year at USC, but for the most part, we kind of go and do it. Iowa didn't want us to do it before the game. They told us we had to go to the end zone. When we came out to walk to the end zone, there were 7 armed state troopers standing on the logo. And I think our players felt some type of way about police in pregame. And, they felt that. Wasn't maybe channeled the right way. But I do, we've got great guys. We've got great leadership. Not the right decision, not what we wanted. But I think when you watch that game, credit to both teams, between the lines, no unsportsmanlike fouls, no trash talking, no taunting, and watching college football, even after the game, I think both teams handled themselves in a way that a lot of games didn't. So
we'll stop it there because AD, interestingly enough, and I was kind of on an island in comparison to you guys. I didn't have as big of a deal with it. I think that it's a common thing. I mean, to just go out and say a prayer at the 50-yard line. I don't think it's a big thing. Nebraska hasn't stomped on logos. Nebraska hasn't, we've seen videos where Michigan State and Michigan in their game they've gone in the end zone and they've torn up the grass. Nebraska hasn't done that. And Iowa took offense to just Nebraska wanting to go out there anyway. So there was that part to it. Now, in terms of like the sportsmanship piece, I understand the grievances towards that. I also found it interesting. Matt Rule didn't apologize. He didn't apologize for not shaking hands. They don't. And I feel like this is a type of thing where it's becoming more of a story than it needs to be. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, if Nebraska wins the game, nobody talks.
Nick, here's my thing with the prayer. As a very, very, very unrighteous person, I do my best daily as a man of faith, fail every day throughout the day, many times. Not putting this religion part of the faith-based, but I'm just saying this. God is not, just at the 50-yard line. No. Yep. You can pray in the end zone. You can play in the parking lot. You can pray in the locker room. You can pray in the urinal as far as that goes. To me, to avoid all that, just pray in the end zone somewhere, because it happened at Colorado last year. And you think about it, take away anyone to try to even give you a reason, because some teams are petty. Let's just put it like it is. They're going to look for any pettiness. Iowa puts doggone security guards there. I'm like, okay, there's probably a better use of your resources than having some cops stand on the 50-yard line to stop somebody from praying.
But the only reason there's been problems is because of other people.
Yeah,
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's like that's not a Nebraska issue.
No, it's not. It's not.
So like I don't think Matt Rule should apologize. No, I don't think Nebraska should apologize for wanting to go out to the 50-yard line.
I don't think so.
I don't think they should stop. I don't.
I'm saying just to avoid any of that bull crap, to make it a non-story, just pray in your end zone wherever. I mean,
I would change it. I'd say, listen, we're not the problems.
You know,
it's Shadur Sanders was the problem.
I get that.
USC was the issue, and Iowa decided to try to stop it before it even started.
And I totally get that, but I'm saying my only thing is focused on the game. Anything that can give my opponent a reason that I can control. You know what I'm saying? I can control where they're prayer at. That's all I'm saying. I don't care where they pray at. That's what I'm simply saying. Whether it's a 50, the end zone, the locker room, wherever. To me, that's irrelevant. I want these guys to, if this is going to potentially cause somebody to get their feelings hurt, whatever it may be, I'm going to avoid all that. I want my guys thinking only about this 60 minutes on the field. That is it.
They invite the other team to join them, right? So, like, there's that part to it. I would also say,
but to your point,
I don't think
some
they
teams
show
are going to
it,
be knuckleheads.
But then also, I don't think they go to the 50-yard line to like show everybody, hey, this is what. Look at us.
Exactly.
Look at us. We're praying. I know they don't, because guess what? The only people that are in the stadium are media members and security at that point. Because when Nebraska arrives to the field, the gates aren't open to the general public.
Yeah.
So there's this narrative that Nebraska does it to like show off. Hey, look at us. We're praying. Like
it's never about that.
It's not about that. Like I think I would believe that the intentions are pure for Nebraska. And once again, there's been no Nebraska specific issues.
No.
That you don't see Nebraska's players tearing up the logo. You don't see them disrespecting anything. Also, it's just, I mean, everything's just painted on. Who cares? But also, I mean, but like at the end of the day, it's all the few times that it's been an issue or that there have been issues, it's been because of the other institution. It has not been because of Nebraska. So I think Matt Rule handled it correctly. I don't think he should apologize.
I wouldn't have apologized. I'm just telling my players from here on. This is just me. I'm not saying one way is right or the other, but I'm saying for me, I'm praying in the end zone. That's where I'm trying to get to anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying in the end zone. Jesus, show up in the end zone. Praise the Lord.
Right.
But yeah, I don't blame Rule for not doing that. And Rule also said he didn't know they didn't shake hands as far as that goes. You know? But you know what?
Guess what? Jay Higgins doesn't want to talk so much if they lose.
Yeah,
so
bingo.
I mean,
he's not saying nothing.
There's that point to it, right?
So yeah, all of that.
Through it all.
Let's get to the next one.
Let's go on to this one. We'll just continue, try to zoom ahead a little bit on the team and guys joining the program.
So the score, you know, and that really brings me to our team, you know, and I'm proud of this team, and you know, I'm fired up that these young men want to join this team, because there's some really great players in this signing class. But, you know, I know we're at a time right now where, you know, everyone's kind of looking around saying, hey, what, you know, what's going to happen next? You know, nowadays in college football after season, there's a lot of change, and it's the new normal, and everyone better get really comfortable with this, because this is how it's going to be. But I do want to thank the guys who were on the team last year, whether they've gone into the portal or they're at practice, you know, tomorrow morning. I want to thank them, because this has been hard. This has been a hard 2 years, and they've battled and they fought. And I want them to be proud of the fact that, you know, I don't know the last time, you know, we beat a team that finished the season ranked, but we did that this year at Colorado, and that was a big moment for us. You know, that's the trophy for beating Wisconsin's upstairs, and it doesn't say Nebraska on it till this year for 12 years. I mean, that's staggering when you walk by it. And we're not going to apologize for being the first team to beat Wisconsin. We're not going to apologize for getting to a bowl. And so, you might have heard me say it earlier, but, you know, on a journey like this, you know, there's no other program in the Power 5 that had a longer streak of not going to a bowl game. And so it's hard to do what they did. It's hard to do what Giff and Ty and Nash and all those guys did. And so I don't want them to forget that. I don't want them to, you know, we don't want to be 6-6. We want to have a better record. We want to win those close games, all those things. But I don't want them to forget what they did, because what they did was hard. And sometimes we have a tendency to overlook that. So being in bowl practice right now is exactly what this team needs, exactly what we need moving forward. I saw guys yesterday. I saw guys practice and look like I haven't seen them look all year. And
we'll stop it right there, because maybe this is a good chance for us to put things into perspective as to Nebraska did break a lot of streaks this year, right? They knocked off Wisconsin, and they were able to make it to a bowl game, even though it wasn't pretty, and even though Nebraska started 5-1 and finished 1-5, still were able to make a bowl game. So through it all, I guess Nebraska did do some things well this year in terms of the big picture stuff. We do know that Nebraska's practicing Tuesday and Thursday this week, so they will practice today. And through that, I'm sure reports of transfer portal entries will come out as well. We'll continue to get some clarity and some light on who's going to be a part of this team moving forward, who's not going to be a part of this team moving forward. Because if they're not at the bowl practice, then it's a pretty good indication that they're not going to be a part of this team moving forward. But I think bowl practice, especially this week, does give the staff an opportunity, and this is what we always talked about when Nebraska wasn't making a bowl game. AD gives them a good opportunity to see some of the younger guys, the freshmen, the guys that redshirted in a much greater role when you don't have a game to prepare for this Saturday.
Nick, I'm going to say this real fast. We'll save this other part for tomorrow. Also, the guys that are entering early, enrolling early, from what he said, some of those guys will actually be with them,
which is so bizarre.
Yes,
so you have
it's
you
insane.
Have you have DeKel Shorts.
Repeat that so they know exactly what I'm saying.
So you have DeKel Shorts, the wide receivers coach. He's going to actually coach in the bowl game for Nebraska. And then all the signees that will get here in time,
the ones that come early,
they're going to go on the bowl trip with Nebraska.
Yes.
That's bizarre because think about it when you bring in a new coach, or like, for example, when Nebraska fired Mike Riley and they brought in Scott Frost or whatever it was. No, it would have been Bo Pelini, and they brought in Mike Riley. It was the situation of, granted, this is the head coach, so it's a little bit different. It's a much bigger scale. But it was Mike Riley's there as a spectator. He was at the bowl game when Nebraska played in the bowl game in 2014, but Barney Cotton was the interim head coach.
Right.
And so,
God, that seems like eons ago.
It does. I mean, it was 10 years ago. Yeah. So, but that's just what's kind of crazy is you have coaches that will be here. But if Nebraska showed that they can do it in the regular season with Dana Holgorsen, then here they are speaking somewhat similar language with DeKel Shorts Jr. Probably have 3 weeks before the bowl game here if Nebraska ends up going to the pinstripe.
Nick, you look at where we were a year ago this time. The season was done. Very disappointing. 5-7. Disappointing. Correct. And you look at this year, I'm not saying for you as listeners, but I'm saying for me at times, I keep thinking it's easier for me to go back and think about Indiana, UCLA, USC, Illinois, so on and so forth. We can't forget that it has been 12 years since we had beat Wisconsin. Our name has never been on there as far as that goes. It's hardly, it seems like eons ago again that we beat Colorado, who has been hot as of lately, with the exception of a couple weeks when they lost that game. Still a ranked team, though, that was peaking on the outside for a little while prior to that loss they had 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
This team, these seniors, and I don't want it to go under the radar like Matt Rule said, they did break some streaks that have been there for a very long time.
Yeah.
Very long time. But once you get a sense of something different, you want more, because it's easy to go back and look at what you didn't get compared to what you actually did accomplish, which is these guys are still practicing and going to a bowl game. They're breaking a streak of 8 years. So, folks, we'll be right back with some more sound bites. It's Thursday. It's cold. Trying to keep it warm on the line. So, this is The Drive. We'll be right back.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Tanner's Bar and Grill is the best place in Lincoln for a casual get-together, best place to watch a game, and the best for pre- and post-game. Catch college and NFL football as well as the volleyball action this season at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. What's better than wings, cold beer, and a Husker win? Enjoy great food and drink specials every day and tons of TVs to catch all the action. Tanner's Bar and Grill, 30th and Yankee Hill.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in December. Try one of their delicious breakfast sandwiches or grilled breakfast burritos. Don't forget to snag a gift card for stocking stuffers and bring your family in from out of town. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate.
I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Are you looking for affordable drinks and a great atmosphere this football season? Highball Bar has you covered. Whether it's pregame tailgating, postgame festivities, or in-game celebrations, Highball Bar is the place to be. With $4 beers, $4 mixed drinks, and more during their 4 to 8 p.m. daily happy hour, Highball Bar will quickly become your go-to place to sit back, unwind, and be your team's #1 fan. Highball Bar, located in downtown Lincoln, just 3 blocks from Memorial Stadium at 122 North 11th Street.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals. And get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with the Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yes, sir.
Oh gosh, I opened the show. I opened the segment. That's not good,
bro. You don't anyway, like that, man. You open whenever you want to open, dog.
Okay. Well, shoot. Anyway, tonight's game. We haven't talked about it yet.
You know, I had it in my other note to ask you.
Are we hanging out and watching it?
You know, I can't tonight because I'm going to be watching. This is going to sound bad. My niece Camille, that goes in Lincoln Southwest, she has a play tonight at 7:00.
That's okay. I used to be in a play.
Were you?
8th grade.
8th grade?
I was the king.
You were the king?
I was the male lead in 8th grade.
Nick, I can totally see that though, brother. And I can totally see that.
I don't think I've ever this is bad. I don't think I've ever shared this story. I was the male lead in my 8th grade play, Haphazardly Ever After, and I was the king. Had over 150 lines. Oh yeah, it was this whole production.
So you were really getting it in, bro.
Well, I guess so. Not too proud of it, but
why not? You got to be proud of stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
A Christmas Carol is the play tonight.
Oh, cool.
And
Traditional.
That's one of my favorite Christmas movies ever.
Classic.
Besides It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay.
But Camille's gonna be playing that. But full disclosure, I will have YouTube TV playing
Good.
it while I'm watching. And
Good. The Detroit Lions have a lot of adversity. They have 13 defensive players on injured reserve. So
how many?
13.
I thought it was like 8.
Nah.
I mean, that's still a lot.
Yeah, still a lot. So Adam Schefter, because Adam Schefter tweeted this out. Hold on, I bookmarked it. Heading into tonight's pivotal Packers-Lions game, no other NFL team has more than 7 defensive players on injured reserve. The Detroit Lions have 13. 13. Wow. Alex Anzalone, David Bada, Derek Barnes, John Kaminsky, Marcus Davenport, Aiden Hutchinson, Nate Lynn, Afitu Malifiwunu, Kyle Pecco, Ennis Rakestraw Jr., Jalen Reeves-Maben, Malcolm Rodriguez, and Mekhi Wingo.
Bro. But here's the only plus with that many guys out, it's at home.
It is.
You're not playing in that brutal cold Lambeau.
It doesn't even matter. They still beat the Packers at Lambeau.
Let me ask you this. What's your gut feeling for tonight?
They win.
What's your score? Or you care less?
I could care less. I think
it's hard to call it with 13 guys out.
I would imagine that it's like 27, 28 to 17.
I could see something like that. What's Love status right now?
Should be playing. I haven't heard otherwise.
I haven't heard otherwise either because I was watching the news early this morning at the gym and they were kind of previewing it.
Oh, you went to the gym?
Yeah, dude, I got it out the way early. I was up
better you than me.
Well, I was up for some dumb reason at 4:15.
Hey, so was I. We could have texted.
I would have maybe joined you at your YMCA.
You should have.
What is it, like $6 to work out there or something, like if you're a guest?
I don't think it costs the first time. I think I get like 3 guests.
Nick, you know what we're gonna do? Sometime next week. Doesn't have to be at 5 a.m. but whatever time. I want to come with you. Let me know which body part you're gonna work, and we'll match up.
Okay, sounds good.
But my workouts are boom, 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 boom.
Well, that's all mine are.
Yeah, I go in there quick. I put my headphones on.
Yeah.
There's a guy this morning. I love him, but he loves to talk. Hey, D, what's on the show today?
That's what happened with the.
I was like, ooh.
There's a 90-year-old that works out at the Y that talks to me. I mean, shout out to him because he's in his old age, working out. But his name's Frosty.
Okay, speaking of somebody older, his name is Frosty. He's like 90 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always spend time with them.
Love it.
Who is at that college? It's in Chicago. Oh, help me out. They have that
Sister Jean.
Did you see how those guys ignored Sister Jean?
They did it. High five, Sister Jean.
Nick,
it was
Loyola, right?
Loyola, Chicago.
I was pissed off when I seen that video,
Sister
man.
Jean took them to the NCAA tournament. They had a Final Four run with Sister Jean.
Tell them the story.
And Sister Jean is sitting in the wheelchair on the way back to the locker room after they beat, I think it was Eastern Michigan. She's holding out her hand trying to get knuckles or high fives, and not a single Loyola Chicago player.
There was like one player that I seen on the video, and there could be more than that. But I'm like, you know what? This lady is how old now?
Oh gosh. I mean,
how old is Sister Jean?
We're getting up there.
She's got to be close to 100.
She might get close to the century mark.
And I was watching that.
If she's not already there.
That actually, it broke my heart.
She's 105.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I thought she was 105. And she is there. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what happened.
Dolores.
Sister Dolores Jean is there.
Jean Dolores.
Jean Dolores is there at the tunnel as the guys are going back in the locker room. And I only seen a couple guys shake her, and other guys just walked right by. Now, maybe I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt, but I'm like, you know what? If I'm the coach, you stop and acknowledge her. That is a Centurion. You stop and acknowledge her. I just didn't like that, man. I don't know.
I cannot believe it. So Sister Jean, born August 21st, 1919. Do you have a guess on how tall she is?
She looks like she's about 4'10".
She's 5 foot.
I knew it wasn't.
Profession. This is the best part. She's got a Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Profession. None. She wrote a book, Wake Up with Purpose, What I've Learned in My First 100 Years.
That's crazy. Cool,
Sister Jean. Yeah. How about that? Sister Jean.
Yeah.
5 foot. Jean Dolores Schmidt, better known as Sister Jean.
I love
crazy.
it. Eric, you can come work out with me and Nick. He goes, so now we're just using the show to do workout plan to the play.
Hey, I mean, honestly, this is exactly the conversations that AD and I have off the air. I mean, so essentially,
ain't nothing changed.
Yeah, you want to know what we're actually like off the air? Now you're getting an inside look.
Ain't nothing changed.
Yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, what do you think happens in the game tonight? We got like 2 minutes left.
You know what, man? What I see tonight, bro, Detroit kind of reminds me, Nick, this before your time,
of a Super Bowl champion.
They really do. And I'm not saying they win the Super Bowl, but they're just playing with an edge like the 85 Bears. You know, there were some games they won ugly, but and there's some other games that don't. But I haven't, I'm going to take this back. I have not seen a team, and text line, let me know if I'm wrong. I have not seen a team in the NFL beat teams this, well, maybe the Rams, the greatest show on turf when they had Kurt Warner as their quarterback and those guys, but they threw up a lot of points. But the other team would score some points too. How many times has Detroit scored over 40? What, 3 times?
Yeah, there's been a couple of times.
50 like once already.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, they won a game against a pretty good opponent in the Houston Texans, despite throwing 5 interceptions. So there's that part. Swift from Lincoln says, I thought Nick was a Genesis gym guy. I used to be.
That's why I lift.
You know,
or my basement.
I used to be a Genesis guy. Now I'm a Koppel YMCA guy.
But it's about proximity.
And a couple other things. I'm 23. Trying to buy a house. Trying to save.
Is it cheaper than Genesis?
Yeah, like cut it in half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I do all.
But also, I will say this. I love the natural light. I love the natural light that the Koppel YMCA offers. If you live there, I don't know how many people live there. I got whatever it's called, like stopped and said, hey, I love the show while I was lifting one day at the Koppel Y. So I know we got listeners that lift there. But if you do, let me know. Let me know what time you go. Love to meet you guys.
I got a meeting. And if
but
you go
also, like, I just love the natural light because the entire weight room area and treadmills, it's just surrounded by windows.
Well, see, so at Farrell's where I do cardio, it's surrounded by windows too.
That's true.
That's why.
But hey, when I go to Farrell's, it's dark outside, so you don't get a whole lot of natural light.
Hey, but the 30-minute class on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 7.
Yeah.
I'll go tomorrow. I'll lift tomorrow morning first, and then I'll go do my cardio at Farrell's. It's actually, I'm going to sound like, like an old guy because I am an old guy. It is so freaking cool to see that sun coming up as you're finishing your work. I mean, as you're starting your workout.
Yeah. I just see stars. Usually I'm passed out.
Stars from the workout or stars?
Yeah, right.
So both, right?
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing, though, is you're able to do that 7 a.m. workout, AD, because you don't have any issues coming here smelling like a ripe fruit and then leaving because you get to go home and you can shower.
You can't. That's true. But
I usually have meetings.
But I can shower if I was really pressing it, if I really needed to, because technically I don't have to be here until about 8:10 by time the spillover starts.
What do you mean? Our show's supposed to start at 8.
Well, no, the spillover goes until like 8:10.
Hey, we got a text for this morning that that just sounds like the drive starting at 9 a.m.
I could shower quick at Farrell's, but I'm thinking I'm just with a bunch of dudes anyway in the studio. No, I'm going to smell like straight, rear end.
Yeah,
I'm just saying like that.
We're
straight butt cheeks.
We're here with Nick and it's essentially just me. I mean, Raff hasn't been here.
It just means I'm the full disclosure. The reason why I have this citrus in here because I ate a sausage taco, sausage burrito this morning.
And AD doesn't care about anybody's feelings.
No, I blew
or nostrils.
I blew the paint off this sucker this morning.
Yeah, this room used to be painted red. Now it's white.
Let's just be full transparency.
Right.
I blew. It don't even say the tick anymore. It just says the tick.
Anyway, let's talk about our friends at the Body Lab.
Yes, we got to talk about the Body Lab. And yes, I am picking. I know Tex wanted the Packers to get it. I could care less, but I think Detroit probably gets this game done. But who knows?
Potentially.
Folks, this is brought to you by the Body Lab. 80s Attitude Adjustment is sponsored by the Body Lab. Body Lab located at 14th and Yankee Hill. Offers everything from physical therapy, trigger point needling, which I'm going to do again, Nick.
Okay.
And cold plunge tub and infrared sauna. Learn more about schedule your appointment with Rachel and her amazing team today online at thebodylablnk.com or visit them right here in Lincoln at 14th and Yankee Hill. Folks, I put this post up this morning. If you're on Instagram, I don't think I've ever mentioned this before. You can go, if you're an Instagram person, go to Aaron Davis Attitude Expert. It's on there, Aaron Davis Attitude Expert. I post a lot of stuff on Instagram, Twitter, mostly about Husker stuff. But nevertheless, it says life can pass unfairly quickly. Our days are numbered, folks. Our lives are limited and life is short. Live it. You may be going through things this morning, ups and downs, etc. Holiday blues, believe me, I get it. A buddy of mine, like I said, I never even met this guy before. Surgery was successful yesterday to have his prostate removed. He had cancer. He says, AD, I just feel a load off my back. Life changed quickly for him. It could change quickly for all of us. Some of you are dealing with a lot of things this holiday season. Maybe it's financial, maybe it's divorce, separation, addictions, whatever it may be. Handle it because live it, because it goes too dadgum fast. Nick, any closing words, man? What do we got? A minute and a half?
Go Lions. That's all I have to say.
I'm going to say Detroit 35, Green Bay 28.
Okay.
I think it's going to be 35-28.
Well, you got a busy day today?
Yes, emails galore. Workout's done, so I just got emails galore and run some errands, man. But a lot of work.
We'll see if we can change that.
Yep. Yeah. AD,
Here's
what do you always
what
say?
I think should happen.
Here's what Nick always says. Nick, what do you call me when you say?
AD. Here's what I think should happen.
And what he says happens is never going to be good for AD.
but it's great for friendship.
Yes, it is.
It's great for friendship.
Folks, thanks for riding with us. It's me and Nick. Raff will be in tomorrow. AG back on Monday. Have a great Thursday, folks.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
A Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see increasing cloud cover throughout the day with light winds and an afternoon high around 26. Tonight, mostly clear with calm winds and a low near